Good afternoon. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Pat Parker Roach, founder of Thought Roads and moderator of this webinar featuring Wesley Bosnic, Vice President of Charter and Incentive Group Sales for the Uniworld Boutique River Cruise Collection, and You by Uniworld. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items. During the presentation, feel free to enter your questions in the question box. We'll gather them together and hold a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. And don't worry, if you miss anything, this webinar is being recorded and you will receive a link via email to access the recording at your leisure. We encourage you to stay on for the entire webinar, and a lucky winner will be selected in a drawing for a 7-night European Uniworld River Cruise for 2. Finally, as an attendee today, you are eligible for 1 credit hour towards your CMP from the Events Industry Council. And now, I'm honored to introduce our speaker, Wesley Bosnic. Sit back, get comfortable, webinar
muted.
Pat, thank you very, very much for the introduction, and a big warm welcome to all of the participants to today's webinar. I'm delighted to be here and have the opportunity to present Uniworld, our boutique river cruise collection, and also our brand, You River Cruises. To start, let me say that river cruising in general has become very, very popular with the corporate and incentive groups, either on a group basis or for charters. And the goal of this presentation really is to present our brand, Uniworld Boutique River Cruises, show a little bit what our ships are like, talk about the programming, and how we work with charters and incentive groups, including opportunities for customization. Uniworld is a luxury river cruise company. We've been in business for 40 years or over 40 years, and we really specialize in the all-inclusive river cruise experiences in different destinations. As you'll see here on the slide, we offer truly a unique design of our ships, and other slides will, I'm sure, show that. And for all of our ships that we have, unlike other cruises that are in the market, each of our ships is truly unique. So we really focus on delivering an amazing experience to groups and have been very, very successful in working with corporate charters and groups. And for us, it really is that onboard experience and also the onshore programming. We're dedicated to delivering truly the best experiences on the rivers. Just as an example on this slide, this is one of the suites on our ship, Joie de Vivre, on our super ship, Joie de Vivre, that sails Paris and Normandy, the Seine River in France. As you see, there's artwork on board, there are certainly fine linens, elegance in the design and the decor, and this is carried on throughout all of our ships, regardless of the rivers in which it sails. What we do for our charter and incentive groups, and we've seen really that a lot of corporate customers are now more interested or are becoming more interested in river cruising as an option, simply because they want to move away from, and this is what we hear from you, the planners, and from our corporate clients, is that they want to do something different than just going on a resort. They want something that can be really entertaining, but also enriching. It would provide enrichment to participants in the group. And what we do, so from the great selection of river cruises and departures and ships that we offer, we can fully customize the program and the experience to meet the needs and requirements of the group. We have a separate dedicated charter and incentive team. We have a separate dedicated operations team that handles our charters and groups. So we're there to both support you as the organizer, as the planner of the trip, from planning, from selecting the itinerary, from selecting the ship, to the administration of the charter, and certainly for onboard services, our team delivers for sure the best. And these are unique experiences because, as you'll see on this slide, for example, this is super ship Beatrice, our luxury boutique floating hotel that sails on the Danube, you are really, or your group will be really in the heart of the destination. So if you can picture yourself and imagine yourself up on the sun deck, enjoying these beautiful views as you sail on the Danube or on any other river, because this is what river cruising is about, is you're on a small ship that accommodates an average of about 130 guests, and it provides views of both shores of the river. So the ship will take you from one port to the next, and most times it will dock right in the center of the city or the old town, and it's simply just walking out to explore and experience what these different destinations offer and provide. And the beauty of this is that everything is, certainly with Uniworld, everything is included, making it operationally very, very easy for groups. So again, this is the beautiful super ship Beatrice, and she sails on the Danube and operates 7-night cruises between Nuremberg and Budapest, and also goes from Budapest to Giurgiu in Romania, sailing the very popular now Eastern European section of the Danube River. So what to expect on board? So if you see the ship, and if you're looking at river cruising and considering a river cruise, or to offer a river cruise to your customers and to your clients, the outside of the ships will look very similar. You know, most ships are about 420, 440 feet long. They're about 37 feet wide, and the reason for that kind of that size is that it can easily fit and navigate through locks. While most of the ships can look similar from the outside, it's the inside of the ships which really bring that difference. And I'm not shy to say that no ship on the rivers comes close to the interior design and decor as the Uniworld ships. No ships provide the elegant service as is provided on Uniworld ships. Uniworld is a privately owned company. We're part of the Travel Corporation family of brands owned by the Tolman family. The owners are very, very proud of their history in the travel industry, and they are investing really a lot into the services on board, into the build of the ships, into the design of the ships, and they're personally involved in the design and the decor. One of the brands that's part of the Travel Corporation is the Red Carnation Hotel Group. So it's a small chain of boutique hotels. It also includes, for example, Ashford Castle in Ireland, that's part of the family. So if you look at, or if you're familiar with the Red Carnation Hotel Group, you'll see similar elements of design and decor of that boutique hotel style on our ships. And that provides for just an elegant atmosphere on board, relaxing, encouraging for conversations, for sitting down and enjoying leisure time, for sitting down and enjoying beautiful views as you're sailing on the river. All of the pieces, all of the furniture and everything is designed specifically for each ship. So what our goal is really is to bring the destination on to the ship. So each of our ships will have a different design, different decor, and different feel inside. This, for example, is on the River Beatrice, as you can see. We do have separate dining venues, so we'll have our main restaurant on board, then we'll have these separate special dining venues where we can do private dinners, private lunches. This can be used for meetings, and this is really something exceptional and exquisite that's offered on board. This, for example, is a suite on the River Beatrice. Again, very, very elegant. Each of the suites has its own different design and decor and color. No two suites are alike on our ships as well. Quality fabrics are used, highest quality linens are used, as well as all the amenities on board. So this is also an image of the suite. So all of our staterooms and suites on ships have river views. So they provide truly unique views as we're sailing on the Danube or on any of the rivers that we're sailing on. So beautiful views from the stateroom as well as from the public areas and the sun deck. There's so many unique design elements on our ships. This in particular, you'll see there in the background, the unicorn. And then here in front, you'll see the beautiful chandelier. Both are made of Murano glass. So these are exquisite items. And you can then imagine just the atmosphere on board when you're surrounded with pieces like this, that there are pieces to talk about, to chat about, but just the visual delight and decor is very, very appealing on the ships. One of the ships that we have, and this one is the Joie de Vivre on the Seine River. Again, you'll see very beautiful lounge area, decorated more. So this ship sails through France, so we'll have more of the elements and decor from France. So we're bringing that design element from France. The Joie de Vivre also features a special dining area section, or area, actually it's a separate area, restaurant, is the bistro. And in the back there, you'll see part of the Eiffel Tower. So the Joie de Vivre is the size that she can dock and does dock very near to the Eiffel Tower within walking distance. So again, she's a ship that can get into Paris, dock next to the Eiffel Tower. Very convenient location and also beautiful views. Especially say in the evening when you're there, when you're up on the sun deck or in the lounge, and enjoy to see the Eiffel Tower lit up in the evening. And the bistro offers some great fare, from light sandwiches to croissants to pastries. But these areas can also be used for special meetings for smaller groups, or for a group of people that if you have a charter and you'd like to have a smaller group of people, you can invite them here and then make an arrangement for a meeting, wine tasting, cocktail in this area. Also on the Joie de Vivre, on the itinerary Paris and Normandy, which is a 7-night itinerary, it goes round trip Paris, and we visit some beautiful ports and cities. Right around Paris, we go to Monet's Gardens in Giverny, we visit Rouen, but we also have a full-day excursion to Normandy landing beaches. All of that is included. So it's a wonderful experience, and the Seine River itself is very, very scenic, so it provides some certainly beautiful landscapes and scenery as we float on the Seine River. And again, for example, just this view of the Eiffel Towers, you'll have it from the restaurant as you're dining on the super ship Joie de Vivre. And this ship can accommodate 128 guests, again, all in outside Riverview staterooms and suites. And we have a separate dining area, of course, on the Joie de Vivre. So again, this is a special experience, special dining, with special wines that are served in this venue. Here's an image of one of the staterooms on the Joie de Vivre. Again, you'll see the Joie de Vivre has some unique design and decor with lacquered wood paneling. The television that you see there, the screen that says Uniworld, is behind the mirror. So when it's off, it's just a full-length mirror. This is a stateroom on the Joie de Vivre. What's interesting on Uniworld ships is the windows that you see here. The windows open at a touch of a button. So at a touch of a button, this top part of the window will slide down, and it opens everything up, and you can really enjoy the views, enjoy the fresh air. There's also a screen that pops up, so if you want to prevent anything coming in from the outside, there's a screen that pops up. But again, it's very, very convenient, very easy, and the staterooms and suites are truly spacious. Our ship, another ship that we have on the Danube, is the super ship Maria Theresa. And as you walk into the lobby area of the Maria Theresa, this is what welcomes you. So we do have, you feel right away when you're visiting a Uniworld ship. There's no mistake. When you're on a Uniworld ship, you will know for sure right away that you're visiting a Uniworld ship. Again, there's a Murano glass chandelier. This is a portrait of Maria Theresa. Beautiful stairway. So you'll have this true elegance on board and that comfort and, again, that visual appeal. And this is bringing, as you see, the design elements on this ship are a little different than on the other ships that I've shown. For this particular ship, we have more of the Baroque, more of that Austro-Hungarian Empire artistry and influence on board. This is the lounge area. Again, a beautiful venue to enjoy views, to get together, for coffee, for the lectures that we have on board. And this area can also be, if you have a group that wants to have meetings or are taking a full ship charter, the seating can be arranged to accommodate for meetings and have different seating arrangements. All of our lounges have audio-visual equipment, so multiple screens, microphone, lavalier for conducting lectures, meetings, presentations. So we fully support that. On the ship, and again, this is the Maria Theresa, there's an indoor swimming pool. It's a reverse current pool. It's, again, there to enjoy, for guests to relax. But it too is not just a swimming pool. It's also surrounded with original artwork. So the mosaic you see here has been created and done by a South African artist. So bringing in certainly elements of nature into this area. So again, very, very relaxing, very nice, reverse current swimming pool. And this is another image of the suite, or one of the suites. So to mention again, each suite has its own design and decor. This particular suite has a separate balcony, as you'll see here to the left. That's where the two chairs are. So there's a glass door that can separate this area, that can close it. So if somebody wants to, step out on board, sit down, read without, interrupting whoever else is in the suite, they can do that. Again, a very, very elegant design and decor, and as well as the amenities. So here you'll see part of the bathroom that we have on the suite. So we have, again, beautiful bath amenities, Hermes bath amenities in the suites. We have original artwork on board in the staterooms and throughout the ship. Again, another image of the suite and the stateroom. Actually, this is a stateroom. This is a standard stateroom on board with the window that opens at touch of a button. All of our ships feature original artwork. We have ships that have Picassos on board, that have Mirots on board, all different original artwork. And we do that so that while you're walking in the corridor, or when you're in your stateroom, or in some of the public areas, it really is a conversation piece. So you truly enjoy the elegant design and decor, and it's really the entire, as I mentioned before, the entire design and decor is really inspired by the destinations through which we travel. And we really bring that outside the destination on board into the ship. So what are some of the destinations, or the destinations that we visit? We sail in Europe on most of the major rivers of Europe. So we sail starting from, let's say, we sail in Portugal on the Douro River for a 7-night cruise, Porto. We're on the Seine River in France. We're in the Bordeaux region of France. We're in southern France, where we sail on the Rhone and Saône rivers. We do our tulip cruises in the spring in the Netherlands and in Belgium. We sail the Rhine between Amsterdam and Basel. We sail longer cruises, Amsterdam to Vienna or Amsterdam to Budapest. We're on the Danube with several itineraries on the Danube, going to lower Danube. We have a cruise in Italy, which is 7 nights Venice, that sails the Venice Lagoon, visiting the islands, visiting the small fishing village of Chioggia, and going onto the Po River for a couple of nights. So there are different experiences that we offer in Europe, but we do also go and have ships in other destinations. We have a beautiful ship on the Nile, and in 2020 we'll have a new ship that will be called the Super Ship Sphinx, which will accommodate 82 guests in all suites. We have a cruise on the Mekong River in Vietnam and Cambodia. It's a 7-night cruise between My To, so just outside of Ho Chi Minh, and Kampong Cham, so cruising to Kampong Cham and then going to Siam Reap. We have cruises in China, and so there's a variety of different destinations that we cover and that we offer. We have a cruise in Russia as well, between St. Petersburg and Moscow. And for those of you that have not experienced a river cruise yet, I have to say that once somebody goes on a river cruise, it is a very, very rewarding experience. Certainly it is with Uniworld, that we have a high number of repeat guests and groups and charters. So once, for example, somebody goes with us on a Burgundy and Provence cruise, they look at their next river cruise. They love the experience very, very much, so that they'll oftentimes book their next river cruise on the Rhine or the Danube, or in some of the other exotic destinations that we offer. And with Uniworld, some of the different destinations that we offer and different river cruise experiences that we provide, you can always count on the fantastic service that we provide our guests. With Uniworld being a privately owned, family-owned company and business, we take really great care of the staff and of the crew. They are our employees. Very high percentage of them return year after year, over 97% year after year. They're really proud to work with Uniworld. And it really shows on the service. There's so much attention to detail, professional service, very, very friendly service as well. So that's also a unique and distinguishing factor that separates Uniworld from any other cruise experience that are out there in the market. And we certainly have been recognized and awarded from different travel experts. From Travel and Leisure, we are 2018 World's Best Award. Cruise Critic has recognized us several years as a top performing river cruise line. We have international awards and recognitions, and this is only part of the recognitions and rewards that we achieve. And all of this really is because of the fantastic service, because of the investments that we put into the ship, and how much we put into actually delivering and creating these experiences. Because as you can imagine, with all of the fantastic looking ships, with all of the original artwork, the fantastic crew, it really takes a lot to reach this level and to maintain it. And we do so because we're a company that truly cares about the experiences that our guests have. One also distinguishing feature that Uniworld has and offers is that we are a true luxury, all-inclusive river cruise experience. And you might find that all-inclusive word being used, different ways and to describe different experience. But with Uniworld, we certainly offer fantastic service on board, and we have one of the highest staff-to-guest ratios in the industry. We have, again, beautifully designed and decorated ships. On the inclusions, so you have your cruise accommodation, which is fantastic. All meals are included on board. All gratuities to our staff on board and crew, but also to local guides and drivers are included in the cruise fare. So everything is included. There are beautiful amenities in the staterooms and on board. You have butler service in suites. And the butler service, they're true butlers. So it's not that we've just assigned a regular member of the staff that will service and take care of the guests in the suites. But no, these are professionally trained butlers that have been to a butler school, that look like butlers, and they are there truly just to service and support guests that are in the suites. We offer 24-hour room service, and on the food and on the dining, we're certainly the top and have been awarded and recognized for the dining experiences that we offer on board the ships. Our owner, Mrs. Beatrice Tolman, herself a chef, and has many, many years of experience, even working in restaurants and with the hotels, has designed the menus for each cruise, for each ship, and works directly with our master, with our culinary expert and experts on board to deliver the most tasteful and best tasting menus and food items and comfort food also on board. So you'll find some exquisite dining on board and really the highest quality of food items. We don't have anything prepared off the ship. We prepare all the foods fresh on board. We source locally. We use local vendors. Oftentimes on each cruise, our chefs will go out to the market, and guests are welcome to join him or her to the market, and then pick out the fresh produce, bring that on board, and plan that for the next meal. So it's always prepared fresh, and we're very, very mindful of that and the quality of the food that we deliver to guests. On board, of course, the drinks are included as well, and we have drinks throughout the day, and that includes spirits and non-alcoholic beverages, wines, craft beers. The spirits are also brand name spirits, so high quality, top shelf as well. There are some that are excluded and offered as on the diamond selection, some of the at an extra cost. But you have brands like Johnny Walker Black. You'll have single malt scotches, quality scotches that are included. Grey Goose is included also. So the high brands are included as well in the drink package. There are specialty coffees provided, included throughout the day. And the wines, for example, in the evening while dining, you'll be sampling local wines, regional wines from the destinations through which you are sailing and traveling. And each evening you'll find that there's a selection of different wines to choose from. And as well as I'd mentioned, craft beers. So you're really looking at some local craft beers, whether you're in Italy, you're in France, or of course in Germany and Austria. That's where's the wonderful beer and wine selection. So again, all of this is included, which means there's no need for guests to sign anything, to do anything. Everything is included with impeccable service as well. We have fitness centers on board, walking sticks, bicycles. We do different exercise sessions. Yoga is available in the morning to those that want this. There's a spa services are available on board, everything. And just as on this slide, just to support what I've said as far as what's included. So you have many, many brands of different drinks that are included. 28 whiskeys are offered on board, and many, as it says here, are included in the cruise fare. So again, a great selection of spirits, wines, and beers on board. And again, it's the farm to 5 stars, we say. We always work on new menus, new dishes. We always provide the best and new refreshing menus, and it's truly a fantastic 5-star dining that you will experience on board. So apart from the beautiful staterooms, the beautiful public areas on the ship, the fine dining, the inclusions and the amenities that you'll experience on board, a river cruise is about exploring and experiencing a destination. So typically a river cruise will make a stop each day in a different port, and often during the cruise you may be sailing through different countries, and each port will offer a special experience. So you'll typically have breakfast. After breakfast you would go out on a tour And with Uniworld, we really offer the just wonderfully designed and created experiences in each port. And oftentimes it's not just one tour that is included, but there's a choice of tours that guests may want to experience different things while on the cruise. All of that is included. So we do certainly some special events. We have some exclusive experience that we offer guests. We can, for a charter, for a group, we can provide customized experiences, and we're happy to work with you and your customers on planning these experiences. We may get requests for visits to special palaces, for special dining or events on shore, special musical performances that we can certainly arrange and work with you or with your DMC partner if needed to deliver these experiences. So again, this is something that we understand the need of different special experiences. No longer that guests really want just the regular standard or only the standard experiences or tours. A lot of guests want to do something more and different and go and experience a destination more in depth. That's what we offer. For example, we have vinegar estate visit and tasting, which is, wow, what is vinegar tasting? It's an amazing experience. You go into the cellars, you see how the vinegar is prepared, you taste the vinegar, and it does taste. It's just like different experiences and different tastes that you'll have there. So you'll really have something unique to talk about when you come back. On our Italy cruise, Venice, we offer an after-hours visit inside St. Mark's Basilica. So when travelers go to Venice, certainly they'll go to St. Mark's Square and they'll stand in line to visit St. Mark's or the Doge's Palace. So we'll have included visit of the Doge's Palace there, but we skip all the lines. Our groups have priority. We'll go in. But what's really beautiful and unique, what Uniworld does, is that we have an after-hours evening visit to St. Mark's Basilica. There's nobody there. It's just our group, and we have a wonderful presenter that talks about the history of the basilica, talks about the time, and also takes on a tour of St. Mark's so that you get some more in-depth insight of St. Mark's. And this is beautiful. So the lights go off. There are candles. It's lit. It's a memorable experiences. And we'll do special wine pairing lunches, for example, at chateaus. On our cruise, where we go to Bordeaux, there are several wine experiences that we offer. Sauterne wines are just amazing, so we'll visit chateaus, and you'll have visits to vineyards. On our Italy cruise, where we have a pre-cruise option of 2 nights in Milan, we'll visit the Duomo, but we'll also stop in Verona and go out to Sergio Alighieri wine estates in Valpolicella, which is just amazing. And there you will have a fantastic lunch with wine tasting the Valpolicella wines. So those are truly unique, one-of-a-kind experiences that are offered. And again, all of this can be customized for a full ship charter or for a group. Several of our cruises will offer what we call a connoisseur collection, and these are offered in France because France is typically associated with fantastic food and wines. So we will offer special onboard and onshore experiences in addition to what will be offered as a regular on each cruise. So on select departures, we have a connoisseur collection with special experiences, which means we will visit an olive farm that's included, a truffle farm, go truffle hunting, see how it's done, do olive oil tasting. In Rouen, visit La Couronne restaurant, where Julia Child first tasted French food, and from then on became history. So there's a lot that is included, special visits to vineyards in the south of France, a lot that is included and that can be, again, prepared and modified for your groups and for charters. Throughout our, and I do encourage you to visit our website, uniworld.com, and explore and see more images of our ships, see the deck plans, and see the itineraries as you hopefully will be planning for trips for your groups. And you will also see there are several theme cruises that we offer. For example, the connoisseur cruises I had mentioned, but we also have some itineraries that offer a focus on Jewish heritage. Those are some of the Danube itineraries and Rhine itineraries that we have. And they will, in addition to the regular standard itineraries, offer a choice of visiting sites of interest, of Jewish heritage interest. So that's also something that's offered, and these are very, very popular. So as you can see, we can customize, we can provide different programming to meet needs of different groups. As I mentioned, we offer wellness on the water. Each of our ships has bicycles on board, spacious gyms with modern equipment. We have traveling light menus for those that want to eat lighter while on board. We certainly can cater to vegetarian, to vegan, gluten-free menus. We have a trainer that's on board each of our ships, so these sessions and classes with the trainer are complimentary. That's already included, as are the yoga sessions. There's no additional cost, for that. And we do see that guests really enjoy the hiking experiences that we provide, also the biking experiences that we provide. Just as an example, you can bike the Wachau Valley in Austria. We can also, bike different areas in southern France or in Bordeaux. So each of our cruises offers some opportunity for biking and for exercising, and that's a great way to really experience a destination. And for example, if you are biking through south of France or through Bordeaux, you'll make a stop, and it can be some wine tasting that's included. So again, something really unique and different and memorable. And Uniworld is, we're really mindful of the footprint that we leave behind. We are a cruise line that is removing plastic from our ships. We no longer offer plastic straws on board. They're paper straws. We have different ways that we work on sustainability. All of that, again, keeping the world and the planet in mind, so that we leave a very small footprint. So that's certainly the philosophy of our parent company, the Travel Corporation, and it spreads throughout different brands. We actually have a separate brand. It's called Tread Right. It's the Tread Right Foundation, and treadright.org to learn more about Tread Right Foundations and what we do. So we do have different ways that we support each destination, being support with water, going into some smaller villages and just support the local families, and working with local producers and suppliers, support them as well. And so I've been talking about, we're giving an overview about the beautiful ships that we have, the experiences on board and on shore. And I've mentioned that river cruising has become very, very popular with our corporate groups and with charters and incentives, different associations. And we certainly recognize that, and we have grown our business significantly. We're delighted to see the interest and delighted to work with you on these programs and on charters and on groups. What we do to support the charter and incentive business is that we provide competitive pricing. So you will see that everything is included. And oftentimes, if you go out and take a look at different experiences and different pricing, comparing it to either big ship ocean cruising or resorts, you need to take a look at everything that's included, because with our competitive pricing, I mentioned drinks are included, meals are included, excursions are included, Gratuities are included. Transfers on days of embarkation and disembarkation are already included in the price. There's no additional cost for audiovisual equipment. We'll happily work on customizing the itinerary, for your groups, because we do often get requests that maybe they'd like to stay in one of the ports longer, or they want something special on board or on shore. We'd be happy to work with you and your group on that, including the menus, and do some special events on board and on shore. All of this is really provided and included, and the support that we offer in our office, which is headquartered here in Los Angeles, groups and charters have an assigned coordinator that works on the administration, works on all the special requests. And we have our offices in Switzerland, which do the nautical and operations. So there's somebody there also that takes care of all groups and charters that have special requests. And we have that hands-on approach that we can, do things and get the information really quickly, to provide all of the support that you need as you work on planning and executing your trip. And as it says here, really, so the contact, we have a charters and incentive team. There's a phone number, 800 number, or there's an email that you can send requests to. It's charters@uniworld.com. So that would be a quick little overview of Uniworld. And I do also want to mention that we have another brand, a new brand that we have just recently launched, and that's U-River Cruises. Now, Uniworld is the brand that is all-inclusive, luxury. You have multiple choices there on the programming and on the excursions. U-Cruises brings the great service that we have from Uniworld, so really attentive service, fantastic staff, but on two differently designed ships. The inclusions are not as many as you have on Uniworld, but it's a different experience, and we find it's really appeals to a more active demographic, simply because of the way the pacing of the cruise is done, the services on board, and the choices and options that are offered on board. So U-River Cruises are offered on two ships, and we simply name them the A and the B. They're two sister ships. They look alike. As you'll see right away, they have they're black on the outside, but also offer this specific mood lighting on the exterior and also on board. All staterooms are outside facing riverview staterooms, with the top deck having French balconies. So here is the B. It sails, again, these cruises operate on the Rhine, Main, and Danube rivers in Europe. So again, these are ships that are available for charter and for groups, and they typically appeal to perhaps a younger demographic or a more active demographic. This is the sun deck, as you see, a little different seating arrangements than we have on Uniworld. Different kind of furnishing than on Uniworld. Here to the right is the ice bar, as you'll see, which is up on the top deck. So it's also a great venue for parties, for meetings if you need to get together, for special tastings and experiences. All of that can be arranged here in the ice bar, and there's special lighting, special mood lighting during the evening as well. The lounges are also very, very comfortable, and you'll find the design, the decor is a bit more contemporary when compared to Uniworld. So these are the corridors, the lobby area. It also has original artwork on board, fantastic service. And these are some images there from, for evening. It's fantastic to have for parties, for different events that can be held on board. Dining is also fantastic dining. It has also the opportunity for sharing plates. There is a communal table on each ship. So again, a wonderful experience on board as far as the dining. The menus will be different than we have on Uniworld ships, but again, locally sourced. Everything is prepared fresh on board. We do not hire any third parties to deliver food or do any of the catering on board. Everything is done by Uniworld, or in this case, U-River Cruise staff. The staterooms are really elegant. The same comfortable beds, and by the way, we do have Savoir of England beds, both on Uniworld and on U River cruises. They're most comfortable beds, and again, very, very comfort, quality linens. As I mentioned, they're Riverview staterooms, and this one has a little more contemporary design, as you will see. This is a suite on the U River cruise ship. Marble bathrooms, of course. There's a fitness center, as on all of the other ships that we have. And the onboard life, it's really focusing on these fun elements. So there's a silent disco, which is really popular. Opportunity just to relax up on the lounge and enjoy the scenery, or do events at night. As on all of the ships, Wi-Fi is included, complimentary Wi-Fi is included. There are mixology classes, so there are different really experiences that are provided, and it is lots of fun to be on a U River cruise. Again, the farm-to-table dining, drinks are not included. So the spirits, the wines, the beers, they're not included on a U River cruise. So those are all optional. It is possible to purchase a drink package on board if so required. But there is tea and coffee is provided. You know, there's bottled water in the staterooms and throughout the ship. But the drinks and the spirits, they are not provided. But the pricing will also be different than on the all-inclusive Uniworld cruise. The itineraries that we offer, we have cruises going through the Netherlands, through Holland, Germany, Austria. We're doing cruises, for example, between Brussels and Amsterdam, Amsterdam and Frankfurt. We're doing Nuremberg, Vienna, and then Vienna to Belgrade. So these are a little different itineraries. It makes the ship will make multiple stops sometimes throughout the day, but we'll also spend some nights in some of the key cities, providing opportunity for our guests to just enjoy the nightlife of a city, you know, go out more and explore on their own. Excursions are included throughout the day. There are not as many choices or options as we offer on Uniworld. There are more optional excursions that are available for purchase. But again, when planning it for a charter or a group, be happy to plan this with you and put together a price with the experiences that you would like included. Again, fantastic staff that we have on board, conveniently docked in the center of the cities. So these are really specific and special experiences that we offer for, as I mentioned, typically a younger demographic or a more active demographic, because it's not really age that defines what one does. It really, some people talking about maybe the older demographic really like the activity, like the freedom that's offered on U River cruises, and like to plan these things and experiences on their own. All of that is possible on U River cruises, but also on a Uniworld cruise. So with this, I would like to end this presentation. I hope you found it informative. As I mentioned before, I do encourage you to go to uniworld.com or youbyuniworld.com for more information on the cruises that we offer, on the ships, on the experiences, or contact us. Send an email to charters@uniworld.com. You're welcome to contact myself directly. My name is Wesley Bosnic. My email is wbosnic@uniworld.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions, prepare quotes, work on quotes, and help in any way I can to plan a future trip with Uniworld. And on behalf of all of us, our team in Los Angeles, our sales team throughout the US and Canada, and the world really, because we have offices in Australia, in New Zealand, in South Africa, in Singapore, mainly all of these English-speaking markets. We'd love to work with you and certainly provide you the support that you need with planning your charters and the groups. So again, from all of us and from our team in Europe and around the world, thank you very much for joining today's webinar. And I believe we do have some time for questions. So Pat, I'll go back to you. Give it back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Wesley. What an exciting array of opportunities you have there. Got about a half a dozen questions that have come through, so I'm going to lump a couple of them together. One of them has to do with your ability to handle ADA guests. For example, are the rooms wired for hearing impaired? Or how many of the rooms do you have on a typical cruise where someone can be accommodated with a wheelchair or a scooter? Those kinds of things.
Well, as far as hearing impaired, we don't have rooms that are wired, but we do have, for excursions, what we do is we use the Vox system. So each guest will have their own individual headset and system that links with that of the local guide. So they'll have their headset. So it's not that you're listening that a guide needs to shout and yell and get the group together, but each guest has a separate Vox system which works very, very well. And this also provides really the guests independence, that they don't have to huddle together around the local guide, but they can stay relatively close, but still experience and hear what the guide is saying. So that is available on all of our ships and all of our cruises. Wheelchair accessible staterooms are really not wheelchair accessible, and neither are the destinations really friendly for wheelchairs or somebody that has challenges with mobility. This is simply because as a ship docks, you have the gangplank or the walkway that connects it to the shore, but oftentimes you will be in ports and small towns and villages that will have cobblestone streets, so it's very difficult to get around. Now, some that need some support there with wheelchair, and part of it can be done, but it's simply the destinations that we visit are not very friendly for wheelchairs or somebody that has challenges with mobility. And that includes also not just Europe, but some of the other destinations through which we sail. It could be India or Vietnam on the Mekong as well, where the ships will often just pull up and dock against the river, where there could be no real dock, but they'll make a makeshift dock. It adds certainly to the appeal of the destination and the exotics, but again, not very friendly, unfortunately, for people that need wheelchair assistance or have challenge with mobility.
Well, thank you. Just one follow-on question on the hearing impaired. Do you have any signing options for like American Sign Language?
We do not. Now, if it is if we are looking for a charter, that is something that we could certainly look into. We have not had any requests so far, but again, we'd be very, very happy to look into that and see what type of support we can provide.
Okay, I have a couple around food, like vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options. Are they easily obtained? And also people with severe food allergies, gluten allergies, even hand creams and the like, for one of their potential guests.
Absolutely. So we do have vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free options. It's very, very easy. We'll cater to if somebody has an allergy, we just ask that they let us know in advance so we can advise the ship and help them prepare. So we'll be able to cater to most, if not all, special requests when it comes to dining and food. And I think that's also, a big plus, for us with our staff that we have on board and with the training, is that our staff and guests, they will, specifically right away, what guests need, what guests want. We can prepare to get these, special food items, for the guests. And we have done that in the past. So yes, we can support that. So if somebody has an allergy, like I said, we just need to know in advance what that is. We'll put that on the manifest, advise the ship. Everybody will be, aware of the allergy and any specific or special diet that a guest may have. And for lotions and creams as well. So we do have on our ship, we do use really quality, have quality amenities, quality lotions and creams. But if somebody has a specific allergy to anything, let us know, and then we'll certainly work, and our team will work to deliver something that would be acceptable for the guest.
Thank you. Now, I've got a couple of suite-related questions. I'll lump them together here for you. What are the different types of suites you have available, staterooms, suites, etc., and the difference in size between a stateroom and a suite? And let's see, there was one more. I believe that's, what's the typical king size versus double-to-double ratio on your ship?
Well, for example, have the super ship Catherine, a ship that sails Burgundy and Provence between Avignon and Lyon. It has been certainly very popular. It is popular for full ship charters and for groups. So there are different cabin configurations, or the configuration on board. So we do have our classic staterooms, which would be 162 square feet. We have our French balcony and deluxe balcony staterooms that are 194 square feet. Our suites on the ship are 305 square feet in size, and we have a grand suite that's 410 square feet in size. So again, all of the staterooms, regardless of the location on the ship, all of the, say, the deluxe balcony, French balcony, and classic, they all offer the same as far as in-room amenities. The suites will offer extra amenities. So our suites will have, for example, an espresso machine in there. They'll have carafes with drinks included based on the preference that you'd like. So if you'd like to have a carafe of scotch or vodka or a gin, that's included as well. So you'll have special bath amenities in the suites. You'll have butler service in the suites, which is really, it's a great service. And as soon as you arrive, if you'd like to have, the butler will unpack your suitcase and put everything in your room and store the suitcase. Also, will pack you at the end if you'd like support and help with packing, cleaning the shoes, laundry. All of that is taken care of by the butler. So some special amenities there for our guests that are in the suites.
Thank you. I'm being told we're running out of time. I have a real quick one here. Do you offer 3 or 4 nights cruises?
Our shortest cruises on the rivers are 7 nights, and that we find really to be, for us, the most popular. And then we have 7, we have 10, 9-night cruises. Now, if it's a full ship buyout or a charter, we can adjust to have a shorter cruise, and we have done that. Typically, we've seen this done as a 5-night cruise. Simply because when we see guests or groups are going to Europe, they do want to enjoy a little longer stay there. And then plus, even with the planning, so the organizer of the charter will come usually a day earlier to set everything up, to meet with our staff, and then typically stay an extra day to kind of wrap things up. So we can operate shorter cruises. But really, for the best river cruise experience, my recommendation would be 5 nights. But again, we can do shortest. We're happy to look at the requests that the groups and customers may have.
And we will get back to people via email on the rest of the questions. Really are tight for time here. So what I would like to do before closing up is to announce that Terry Stevenson is the winner of our 7-night European Uniworld River Cruise for 2.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and Wendy, Wesley will be, Terry, Wesley will be reaching out to you with details on your prize. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for attending, and happy sailing.
Thank you. Thanks again to all.